Next on Lion TV, we have Aiden Hughes with some insight on students going overseas this summer for the 2026 junior trip to Europe. Following that, we have some information on the Supreme Court and their decision on the new legal marriage agreement.
And me, Chandler Harper, here to give you your latest updates about the Cersei Lions football team. All that and more, Lion TV starts now.
Good morning, Cersei. I'm Bodie Vickery.
And I'm Reagan Tyler. Let's get into today's student announcements.
Boys soccer will have a fall tryout on November 19th from 3:30 to 4:30 p.m. at the grass field by baseball/softball fields. You must have a current physical, cleats, and shin guards to try out. This will be our only day to participate.
For students taking college classes through ASU-BB, completed registration forms are due to the counselor's office by Thursday, November 20th. Online classes sometimes fill up quickly. The sooner you turn in your forms, the better your chances of getting the class you want.
The Arkansas State Jonesboro Preview Day is Tuesday, December 2nd. Sign-up seats are in the counselor's office. In order to attend a preview day, students must be in good academic standing in all their classes, and students may not be in school suspension or out of school suspension on the dates of the preview. In addition, all students must be approved by the administration.
Johnson's will be on campus Friday, December 5th to deliver juniors class rings. Juniors and/or seniors who have paid in full for their class ring will be called by the office to the cafeteria lobby after attendance has been taken for second period. Did you know that juniors take a trip over the summer every year?
Yes, and some of our very own teachers take these students. Aiden Hughes has the story on the process of going on this overseas trip.
We got with one of the chaperones and one of the sophomores that are going on the Europe trip, and they can't wait to see all the different landmarks and historical places they will see when they go on the Europe trip.
Every summer, we take a group of students to Europe, to different locations, and so this year's juniors are going to Scotland and England in June, and then this year's sophomores are going to Germany, Austria, Italy, and Switzerland in June of 2027.
I'm really excited to go to Germany and visit a concentration camp in Germany, which seems like gloomy, but I really appreciate that part of history and learning that part. We're going to Verona, which is really exciting. I really like Romeo and Juliet, and then we're flying out of a castle, which is really cool.
The chaperones help kids go on trips that they normally wouldn't be able to go on by providing money and experience.
I started doing the Europe trips in about 2015. My family and I went to Europe, and then I realized that I would like to provide that opportunity for a lot of students that might not otherwise really know how to go about traveling or not really know that traveling is possible.
After the long plane ride over, there are many sights to see and places to eat at.
The trips are anywhere from 8 to 10 days typically. We fly overnight to get there on the first day, and then day 2 we land at the airport in the morning because we fly overnight, and then we hit the ground running, and then on the final day we'll fly back, but anywhere from 8 to 10 days.
Europe has become a very popular tourist attraction over the years because of its beautiful scenery and historical landmarks.
The Europe trip happens so that we can give students an opportunity that's out of the ordinary. The way we plan the trips makes it affordable for many people that might not be able to just plan a trip and come up with it immediately. That's why we enroll students in 10th grade to travel between their junior and senior year. And then once students go, they can also go again if they want to. And then there are even trips just for adults. So once students graduate and become adults, they can still travel with the group. And it makes things easy and safe and planned out and manageable for the most people.
I'm very excited. I've never traveled outside of the country before, and this is going to have a lot more opportunities than I probably would have ever expected.
Europe is an amazing place. It seems with all the help students get and all the places they get to see and all the beautiful sights and amazing food, I might have to go on one of those tours in the future. Now back at you at the news desk.
That sounds like fun.
I'll be signing up for sure. Amid the recent active shooting near Mullins Library on the University of Arkansas campus in Fayetteville due to a threat that happened on August 25th, the name Clifford Phillips has surfaced on social media as a possible suspect. According to various online posts, Phillips is reportedly from Reynoldsburg, Ohio, and runs a YouTube channel known as CTP Know the Truth, where he allegedly shared plans related to the alert. However, authorities have found no evidence to confirm if Clifford Phillips is connected to the incident at the University of Arkansas.
President Donald Trump has pardoned his former personal lawyer Rudy Giuliani, his one-time chief of staff Mark Meadows, and others accused of backing the Republicans' efforts to overturn the 2020 election. The full, complete, and unconditional pardon applies to only federal crimes and none of the dozens of Trump allies named in proclamation were ever charged federally over the bid to subvert the election won by Democrat Joe Biden.
The Supreme Court on Monday rejected a call to overturn its landmark decision that legalized same-sex marriage nationwide. The justices turned away an appeal from Ken Davis, the former Kentucky court clerk who refused to issue marriage licenses to same-sex couples after the High Court's 2015 ruling in Obergefell versus Hodges.
Have you noticed it's been getting cooler lately?
Yeah, I have. Let's send it over to Curtis for the updates.
Good morning, Searcy High School. I'm Curtis Stevens here for your weather update. Today it will be sunny with a high of 71, 5% chance of rain, winds blowing southwest at 6 miles per hour, humidity of 57%, and your sun rose at 6:39 a.m. On to tonight. Tonight will be mostly clear with a low of 41, 6% chance of rain, winds blowing north at 1 mile per hour with a humidity of 90%, and your sun will set at 5:02 p.m. Onto the almanac. The last 7 days, the average has been a high of 79, a low of 26. Monthly average of precipitation is 4.77 inches and a month-to-date of 0.10 inches. Onto the 5cast. On Thursday, it will be partly cloudy with a high of 73, a low of 55, and 11% chance of rain. On Friday, it will be mostly sunny with a high of 78, a low of 58, and an 8% chance of rain. On Saturday, it will be partly cloudy with a high of 78, a low of 57, and 7% chance of rain. On Sunday, it will be partly cloudy with a high of 72, a low of 52, and a 17% chance of rain. And on Monday, it will be rainy with a high of 64, a low of 53, and a 55% chance of rain. Well, for those who don't like the cooler weather, thankfully, it will be getting more warmer over the weekend. I'm Curtis Stevens, sending it back to the news desk.
All this weather talk is making me hungry.
Today for lunch we'll be having rotini with Italian turkey, classic cheese pizza, pepperoni and cheese calzone, chicken Tex-Mex flatbread, crispy chicken sandwich, fresh whole fruit, and milk.
That sounds good.
Be sure to thank our lunch ladies for all their hard work. Hey, speaking of hungry, our football team made it to the playoffs.
We did. Let's send it to Chandler Hopper with all of our sports updates.
Happy Wednesday, Searcy High. I'm Chandler Hopper, and let's dive right into some sports announcements for today. Our SHS football team took on the BB Badgers last Thursday, where they went on to put on a show, taking them down 49-27, clinching the number 2 seed for the playoffs. On the offensive side, senior running back Kobe White went on to have an outstanding game, rushing for 127 yards and 3 touchdowns, averaging 5.8 yards a carry. Junior wide receiver Will Manning went on to rack up 112 yards receiving and hauling in 1 touchdown. On the defensive side, junior defensive tackle Jaden Simmons was a huge part in stopping the run, having 8 total tackles and 2 sacks. Senior cornerback Isaiah Davis had a great game with 9 total tackles and 2 tackles for losses. The Lions will face off against the Lakeside Rams this Friday here at home for their first playoff game, where we'll update you more later on in the week. Congratulations to the Unified Bowling team for winning first place in the regional bowling tournament. This means they qualify to compete at state. Moving on to national sports, in the NFL, the New England Patriots traveled to Tampa Bay to take on the scary 6-2 Buccaneer team. The Buccaneers were fresh off a bye week, ready to defend their home turf, while for the Patriots, they just came off a tough week against the Atlanta Falcons, barely escaping with a 24-23 victory. To start the game off, the Bucs got things rolling pretty quickly, with Baker Mayfield marching his team down the field, then throwing a strike to his wide receiver for a 21-yard touchdown, giving his team the lead to start the game off in just the first few minutes. The rest of the first quarter will be quiet up until the final minute when Patriots quarterback Drake May would throw a short, quick pass that would end up turning into a 72-yard touchdown to tie the game. Both teams would be scoreless during the second quarter up until the Bucs kicker drilled a 36-yard field goal to take the lead 10-7. Just like the first quarter, both teams would be quiet until Patriots wide receiver Stephon Diggs would make an impressive toe tap catch in the end zone to take the lead going to half. The Patriots would start the second half off hot with running back Travion Henderson scoring a 55-yard touchdown on the ground to bump the lead to 21-10. The Bucs wouldn't answer back until late in the third when Baker Mayfield would throw a 10-yard touchdown pass to wide receiver Tez Johnson, cutting the point deficit to 4. The rest of the game would be quiet up until the final minutes in the fourth quarter when Travion Henderson would yet again go for another long rushing touchdown. The Bucs would answer back with the passing touchdown to go for the onside kick, hoping to recover to have a chance to score and complete the fourth quarter comeback. Stephon Diggs would come up big for the Patriots, putting his body on the line to recover the onside kick to seal the team's victory. Also in the NFL, the Cowboys fans would receive tragic news after news reports came out revealing defensive end Marshawn Nealon has passed away due to an apparent suicide. Reports stated that Marshawn was involved in a traffic stop that led to a high-speed chase and ended in a crash. He then went on to take his own life with a self-inflicted gunshot wound. That's all the sports updates I have for you.
Thanks, Chandler. Let's wish our bowling team good luck at state.
Well, that's all the time we have for you today, Cersei. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Cersei High Lion TV.
And follow us on X at Line TV, Instagram at Cersei Line TV, and on Facebook at Cersei High Line TV. Sign off, I'm Buddy Vickery.
And I'm Reagan Tyler. See you Friday, Cersei.